welcome back to the channel. Norm here. We're back at it today. We're working on these. These are the governor balls off our steam engine restoration. Little Lauren. Little Lauren, for those that are new, is a 8 nominal horsepower traction engine of the expansion variety. This month, we've been working on repairing her governor balls. This is the governor bracket. This is her set of governor balls, and this is what will basically govern the speed of the engine when she's running on the belt on a threshing machine or a sawmill or something of that nature. We're going to be using it for a big power hammer. Basically, as you can see now, we've got it all back together. I've done a couple of little bits off camera, like fitting this link and the pins. So that's all been done now. And I thought we would get it bolted down, get it on the bench and do a bench test. So we're going to see about running it off the lathe. We've got a flat belt hooked to it, so we should be able to use the little Chipmaster and the variable speed drive, the variator on that, and we should be able to get an infinite range of speeds. So we're only going to be looking for about 200 RPM, and these balls should be fully out, balls to the wall, as they say. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's get in close and fire out the lathe and see if we can't get them going. The lathe, little Chipmaster. I finally found a use for it, and we're just running it on the chuck. I did think about putting a pulley and all that in there, but put it on the chuck and it works. So if it works, then it works. Right, before we spin the lathe up, this is just a quick idea of how we got it set up. We just got some plates down on this base we made, just screwed that down to the desk, and we just got it supporting on this table here. So the belt, it's a 2-inch belt, just one we took off another machine, which is why it's that length. First thing we're going to want to do is have an oilet, as always. One in there, squirt down the neck. Just put a squirt down there. All these little balls, all on a little dab. We want one just down in the root down the bottom. Our belt's not amazingly tight, so she might need a helping hand to get going, but success. So quick and dirty explanation on how this all works. As you can see from the video, these two arms, as the RPM increases, the balls will fly out with centrifugal force, and it would lift these two arms, which in turn, when it's all back together, we'll have another link, and this link is affecting the cut-off on a Wallace and Steve. Well, I'll get the valves and I'll show you. So if you look at the valve, this is pretty much a standard slide valve that you see on, well, all traction engines, mostly all traction engines other than the piston valves. This is just a standard slide valve configuration where you've got your inlets and then you've got your exhaust ports. You've got inlets for top of the cylinder and bottom of the cylinder, and then they exhaust into this port, which then goes up the chummer. But Wallace and Stevens also have ports on the front, but these are the inlet ports for the steam, and the way that they use or operate their cut-off, they have expansion valve. Don't know if it's called an expansion valve, but it's an expansion engine. I take it that's what it is. So what Wallace and Stevens do is they use this valve to regulate the amount of steam going into the cylinder. This would normally be done, well, traditionally would have been done with the notching back on a reversing lever, which would decrease the amount of movement that this valve makes. But instead of that on the Wallace, this is constant movement. So this main valve will move the same amount all the time, and the cut-off is then done via this second valve plate. So we can effectively, with this valve, we can close up this slot and allow less steam into the cylinders, therefore regulating the engine. So we've got two ways of doing that on this engine. Right, so there's two configurations you can have this link here. The first being connected up to the governors. So this pin, this rod, this would get turned around and it would get fitted up into that link. And that's the link that was actuated when the governor balls were coming out. And then via one of these die blocks, it might be that one. That might be. Right, so now you can see as via that link and this die block and this drop link, we can, as the valves, right, so this is how it would be linked up for running on the governors. Obviously this link, if you look back at the video, as we was running the governors, will lift up as the RPM increases, which will lift up this link with this die block up into this drop link, which will effectively make the cut-off valve move less. So you're cutting off the amount of steam that's going into the cylinder by lifting this link. It's very difficult to do when it's all, but you get the idea that if that goes up, you're getting less travel on the valve, whereas that goes down, you're going to be getting more travel on the valve because you're at the bottom of this link. So the arc's bigger, you get more movement, which effectively opens up the port more, which means you get more steam. So that's how it works on the governors. As these balls go up, you get less travel in your valve, which cuts off the steam quicker and slows the engine down. Or if you're on the road, we can take this link, effectively take this link out of the governors, and it will be then joined up, not like that, but you get the idea. It would be the other way round. But it's difficult to do, so I'm just going to put it in there for now. And then we can effectively operate that second valve cut off with the little lever, the expansion lever that we've got up on the foot plate. So we can manually use that for cutting off the steam to regulate the engine when it's on the road, and we do that for efficiency when running. If you don't need full steam, you don't want to be putting it in there, you're just wasting coal and water. And so we've got an endless range of cut off basically with this expansion link. And like I say, this would normally be done on the reversing lever with notches. So I know I'm not the best at explaining things, but I hope some of that makes some sort of sense. That's my understanding of it anyway. So I hope that helps some people out. It's new to all this. Some of the terms and that I use might not be correct, but I think the basics of how it works are there. So hopefully that's that explained. But we will go into it further later on when we put it all back together. So here's a look at our reversing lever, and as you can see, there's no notches in it at all. Most engines will have 3 or 4 or more notches for cut off, and all they're doing is they're cutting off the main valve and making it travel less, basically by using a drop link like or Stephenson's link like what we've got. But just doing it on that one valve instead of the complicated 2 valves that we've got. We've got an extra valve, we've got an extra set of eccentrics, we've got all these different linkages. It's a lot more complicated than it needs to be really, but that is what Mr. Wallace or Mr. Stevens thought was best. I don't know how well it works on the governors. I've never run one on the governors, I've never seen one run on the governors, so it's going to be an experiment. It's going to be exciting to see if they work at all, basically. So we'll go through all that when we get it back together. Alright, so with all that being said, I'm going to get back to work. Enough messing about. We're going to get on making some more of these parts. It's going to be a bit of a shorter video, I suppose, this week. I'm not sure how long this one's going to turn out because, well, there's no machining content. So I'm going to get on and make some more of these pins for this linkage. I'm going to make pins for here, pins for here, pins for here, pins for there. We're going to get our mate Fowler Steam to make us a new drop link. So yeah, we're basically just going to get on and get all this renewed. Make sure everything's got no slop. So yeah, we're just going to get on and get all this lot renewed. I think what I'm going to do now, since I'm in the shed already, just so I'm going to make a new one of these. I might just film doing that. Just go over how however one of them's made. But like I say, I'm going to turn the camera off and stop chatting and waffling on and get back to work. So I'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.